This movie has a lot of singing. I would like to sing this whole review. Do not fret yourself, I'm only kidding. Then click unsubscribe, would all of you? Les Miserables is directed by Tom Hooper and has a fantastic ensemble cast including Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe, Anne Hathaway, Sacha Baron Cohen, Amanda Seyfried, Helena Bonham Carter. Lots of people in this movie, and this is definitely a musical, my friends. In fact, in regards to the dialogue in this film, it's almost probably 95% through song. And whenever there is another little word that may not be through song, it's usually broken in the middle of a song where someone will be like, and then just break and be like, so how are you doing today? I am doing just fine. It tells a tale of a man who was once imprisoned, Hugh Jackman, who agrees to take care of a young girl, and the troubles that come from that as he is hunted by Russell Crowe's character, all the while the French Revolution is going on in the background. As these characters grow older, war persists even more, people fall in love, people are hunted, all different types of things happen. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of musicals. My thing is, if they're good, and I will respect them for that. But there are a lot of musicals out there that are not good. And I think one of the biggest failures you can make in a film is not be a good musical, because then everyone in it looks like an absolute idiot. Gratefully, that is not the case here. I thoroughly enjoyed Les Miserables. I was very impressed with this film. It is extremely long. It's like 157 minutes. It is very ambitious in regards to the sets, the special effects. The performances obviously have to be fantastic. And there are two that are so good in this film in particular. But everyone does a pretty good job, I feel. But Hugh Jackman and Anne Hathaway are definitely the standouts of this film. The thing to me that is most impressive about this movie is the fact that they sang live on set. This is not pre-recorded or studio versions of, their lip syncing to their own voices. They sang live on set, and you can see it in their faces. When characters are exerting themselves physically or crying, you can hear it in their voices, how their voice changes based on what's actually happening on set in that moment, what was captured in camera. I am so impressed by that, and it made this film reach a different level that it would not have reached if the audio was pre-recorded. The film looks incredibly beautiful. Tom Hooper likes to frame people like with their heads in the bottom corner and have all this space up here. He did that a lot in The King's Speech. He does that a lot here. At times it was a little distracting, but for the most part I think the film looks very beautiful. And one of the things I really liked about the way he cut this movie together was, for some of the more intense songs or the more intense dramatic performances, he would just leave it at one angle the entire time for like a good 3 minutes without cutting. And I really like that because it captured a raw performance that you wouldn't have been able to manufacture with cutting it up. And I really enjoyed that about this movie. Overall, this is a really good musical, and coming from someone who isn't the biggest fan of them, if you love musicals or if you were really like pumped to see this movie, because I was just like, I'm gonna go see this movie and I hope it's good. But if you were really pumped for this movie or you love musicals, you are going to poop. This movie is going to make you poop. And you're gonna have it you're gonna love it. I did have a couple issues with the movie, and I think my biggest one is definitely the time. It's a long one, my friends. 2 hours and 40 minutes of pretty much just singing, unless it's a band that you are just so pumped out of your mind to see, can get a little tedious towards the end. It is a little too long in my opinion. There are times when I was like, do we really need this musical number here? I mean, let's get to the more meatier part of the story. And I think my main issue with the film is a bit of a spoiler, so I can't really say it. So I'll try to find a way around saying it. My favorite aspect of this film is the first act. I was blown away by the sheer dramatic power of this film. Thus, as the film concluded, that was maintained because certain aspects that were in the first act returned for the final act. I really loved that first act, and I was thinking, holy crap, I hope the rest of the film is like this. Certain stories weren't as entertaining as others as the first act concluded, but I still thoroughly enjoyed this film as a musical. It has great musical numbers, fantastic acting on Hugh Jackman's part and Anne Hathaway. I think they're both Oscar worthy for the time that they spent in this film. A lot of people have mentioned Russell Crowe as not the greatest singer, and yes, if you stack him up compared to these two people, Hugh Jackman and Hathaway, he doesn't stack up to the other guys. He's not as good. He does have his own band, you know, he does sing and perform on stage live. I'm not the Simon Cowell type. I'm not very good at judging singers as much as others. I think he did fine. And maybe his singing wasn't as good as Hugh Jackman's and Anne Hathaway, but his performance that he gave along with the singing, I thought was very good. I'm gonna give Les Miserables a B+. It's a very good musical. If you like musicals, you're gonna love it. I'm not the biggest fan, so me just saying that, that's pretty awesome for me to give it a rating like that. Thanks a lot as always for watching, guys, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmann.